Hey, welcome to the worst wrestling podcast ever.
Yeah, on a
The
new
worst,
channel.
the worst one ever. Because it's so bad it got kicked off Wrestling Fortune 44. I can't even go
There's
on the rest.
44 members to Fortune.
Yeah, well, I thought there was 44 members to Fortune. That just shows you how bad this show
I'm gonna make
was
that
right there.
pathetic joke every single time.
Um, but yeah, let's meet the previous new birthday boy. How was his birthday yesterday?
His birthday was excellent.
I mean, it wasn't.
Buffalo Wild Wings in Hanover. Almost
Yeah,
to the point of where I was gonna puke.
I wanted to see throw up. And do you throw up?
Nope,
Why not?
because I didn't.
Okay. But yeah, he had a birthday
Almost.
yesterday. He really.
24 old years. That's
Yep.
me.
But
Can't even believe it. I feel like I'm
hey,
fucking.
your birthday though.
18 or
Yeah,
younger. I feel like I'm 15.
your birthday yesterday though was not as important as yesterday was the 1 year anniversary of Rusev Day.
It was.
So that's more important.
And also to the fact that it took you about 6 hours to say happy birthday to me.
I
After you said it was gonna happen at 11:59, I waited. And 11:59 came and went, and it didn't happen.
no, I said happy birthday to you.
Yeah, it's 6 o'clock.
No, I said P. Oh, I said P. Yeah, I said PM, not AM. Come on, I was early.
At least you're not late.
I know. Speaking of late, time to review Hell in a Cell.
Perfect segue.
Well, I feel like we're never gonna review these pay-per-views on time. I think the day we review it, like we're always gonna be the last wrestling podcast to review these pay-per-views
Because we suck.
because we were
terrible.
like we
We
were
have
like
different schedules.
yeah we reviewed let's think we reviewed
SummerSlam
NXT.
about 2 months later.
No, a month later. Give us some credit. Extreme Rules a month later.
It's
No,
so great.
and then what else? Backlash. The last show we actually reviewed, like where we weren't the last ones to review it, was Backlash. Maybe Backlash scarred us for life. We never want. We always we. I wonder if Backlash scarred us for life
It had to have.
because we don't ever do it on time since Backlash. It scared John away from wrestling, and it scared
Fuck it.
it scared you and me from doing shows on time. Like ever since Backlash, it's like nothing's been the same.
Be prepared, because we'll say a day that we're gonna do it, and then it just never happens.
Yep.
Don't get too excited. Don't get,
Don't get too excited. All right, but let's review Hell in a Cell.
SmackDown 1000 definitely is gonna. We're gonna have a live reaction that night.
I'm thinking the live reactions won't be dead. They'll come back every once in a while, but the live reactions is gonna
That's
have
something important, like pay-per-views and
mainly
SmackDown.
maybe because they have to feel special, and two, for the sake of the channel, because we'll have no YouTube channels anymore if we keep doing live reactions.
We get a stream too, also.
I know, we gotta do that.
We got a lot of shit that we have planned. Probably 2K19.
We had Lucha Underground planned, but this guy he backed out of it. So
I did back out of it.
I still haven't started it yet. You still not too late.
I am very late.
You can still watch it.
I'm late.
All right, we'll see. All right, but let's review Hell in a Cell. They had, which I think was probably the best the best WWE pay-per-view made roster since probably WrestleMania, probably.
Probably, yeah.
If I don't know if we're doing a year-end awards show or not, but if we do one, this is probably going to be on the list. Definitely
if we do year into the wood show.
I have a feeling that's not happening because it's going to be way too hard for us to do that with voting on all the stuff with everybody because it was hard to do it like even on school campus.
It was actually a little bit easier to do it because we were all there.
Yeah, so it might be too hard. Maybe we'll do do it. Maybe we'll try it next year and combine 2018 with 2019. We do the. It would be like the best of 2 years or something. I don't know.
That'd be even more complicated.
Hey, I have nothing. I got to make things more harder for everybody else. That's how it works.
You gotta make us work 15 times more.
Yep. All right, but let's talk about speaking of working 15 times more, WWE really likes oh wait, I forgot about our icebreaker. We're supposed to have an icebreaker. I've decided we're gonna have an icebreaker every week. So this could be a perfect segue to that.
What the hell is the icebreaker?
So it's gonna be something that we're gonna talk. We'll have like a topic, just a random topic we'll talk about at the beginning of each video before we review all the WWE shows. So I can ask you this question, and it better be a yes because it's a very obvious question. Does WWE oversaturate their products?
No.
What do you mean no? Need reasons.
You said yes, so I gotta say the opposite. I gotta say no.
All right, so we gotta have now. Let's take a look at all the shows that are going on right now. We have a 3-hour Raw every week. Actually, no, 3 hours and 5 minutes. Because they can't just go 3 hours; they have to go over 3 hours.
Perfect. That's the perfect time limit.
Yeah. Then you have a 2-hour SmackDown.
What should be honestly 3 hours because of so much shit you can cram in there.
Yeah.
And consistently every week, SmackDown, besides the dumb fucking idiot known as the Road Dogg, running the fucking show to oblivion, is still really good.
Then we have now we have Mixed Match Challenge for from 9:50 to 10:30. A pre-show. They have a pre-show of that nobody watches.
SmackDown pre-show.
Yeah,
when the fuck was this a thing?
They have a pre-show at 9:50 to 10 o'clock.
Oh, so the last 10 minutes of SmackDown, which they don't watch. So...
I tried watching it this week, but with what was going on at the end of SmackDown, I was more interested in that than Mixed Match Challenge pre-show. So,
who the fuck even takes the time to even watch? First of all, it's the last 10 minutes of SmackDown. That's usually when shit escalates.
Yeah, like this week.
Like this week.
We'll get into
I have
that.
something to say about that contract signing, by the way.
We'll get into that.
I have a lot of nitpicks actually this week with the programming.
Yep. And then we have now Wednesdays 2:05 is an hour. Because I guess they've decided to tape I guess 205 Live goes on first before SmackDown, and then they just tape it on and they just air it on Wednesday. So we'll see how that goes.
I mean, it's doing good now.
So hopefully this can be a.
I have to start watching it because I'm starting to see a lot of like 205 Live guys like Leo Rush on Raw and Drake Maverick's on Raw now. So I mean Leo Rush is in a perfect role right now on Raw. So isn't Drake?
Oh yeah.
Despite the obvious height difference between AOP and Drake Maverick has actually been a really good mouthpiece for them.
Yeah, but yeah, we have an hour of 205 and then an hour of NXT, and then an hour of Mae Young Classics, at least for the next until Evolution, pretty much.
So 3 straight hours.
Yeah.
So all those combined into one makes a Raw.
And then you have Sunday, which is like 6 hours of pay-per-view for no. Why? So I would say WWE's oversaturated their product.
Especially like on Saturday. We have to get up fucking super fucking early because we live on the East Coast.
Yeah, next week. Yeah, we have to get
this Saturday. It's this Saturday. That's Super Showdown.
No, it's next Saturday. It's on the 8th.
Oh fuck! I thought it was this Saturday.
No, I would
woke up at 5 o'clock for no reason on Saturday.
And you would have hated your life.
I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, why are they building up to a show suddenly and randomly? I thought it was this Saturday.
No, it's next Saturday. But I have a feeling, too, you're going to have to get up at 4 a.m. for the pre-show.
Do you think really that I'm going to get up at 4? I'll get up at probably 4:30.
Yeah,
God, it's not this weekend. Thank God. I thought it was this weekend.
I bet your brother is going to think you're weird. Like, you got up at 5 a.m. to watch wrestling.
I have to. This is going to be an interesting show, though.
Yeah.
I'm kind of excited about the upcoming shows, though. Like that. Not the Divas Women's pay-per-view event.
Yeah, let's talk.
Crown Jewel is going to be something I'm a little bit excited for.
We're sexist now. We're more excited for Crown Jewel than Evolution.
Well, the Undertaker and Kane are going to be teaming up against DX. It's fucking awesome. Yeah,
and then you have Evolution, where most of the women's. I bet that woman's roster is going to be like gone by the time Evolution comes down because we don't. Sasha Banks, I'm guessing, is a complete miss for that show now.
That Alexa Bliss is seriously hurt too. Also,
so that
got a legitimate arm injury. I don't know what the fuck is going on with Sasha.
Yeah, they keep it that quiet.
That's tell you that.
They got notice too. It's not the men; it's the women that are getting hurt around this time.
Oh yeah.
So it's like,
but it's sexist, so it really doesn't.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. Right when women are about to have their own pay-per-view, all the whole roster is going to be like gone.
I know, yeah, and the fact that nobody cares either.
You notice too, WWE, when these injuries happen, they're not really talking about it now as much.
No, they don't even bring up Sasha Banks.
No, they haven't. But they haven't really brought up Evolution really at all.
Because it's going to be a flop.
Oh, it might be, yeah. But yeah, this is where the topic came up because recently they're advertising 3 shows at once. They just recently were advertising Hell in a Cell, Super Showdown, and Evolution all at once, and now they're going to do
Crown Jewel and now SmackDown 1000.
That hasn't gotten brought up at all, actually, and not as much as
Raw. It's not till like the middle of next month anyway, so it's not like it's.
Oh yeah, true. And then they're going to advertise.
Ticks towards October, it's when they're going to start ramping it up.
And then Survivor Series, they're going to be talking. So it's like, I think WWE's like going overboard right now with their product. Like they're at, like, and then probably the NXT UK show's got to be airing soon because.
Oh yeah.
Because it has to air before Evolution because the NXT UK Women's Champions having a defense there, and it's gonna be weird if they have a defense without showing the person winning the championship.
I know, yeah, that wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah, and then you have I would say like this is all that should be for the main roster. That just 3 hours of Raw, 2 hours of SmackDown. I can handle that. 3 hours of a pay-per-view, maybe 4 because Raw and a pay-per-view being the same time doesn't make it feel special.
I want more.
I bet you want like 15 hours of.
I want 15 hours of WWE content on my television.
I bet you want it like ESPN where they just have their shows go on all day and you just want wrestling all day.
Fuck yeah, that's what I want. I want an all-day wrestling channel.
Hey, you can just watch New Japan all day, so.
That's what I want. I want wrestling on my television 24/7.
Yep, you want all the wrestlers never to get any sleep just to entertain you, right?
Just to entertain me. I want because I'm the almighty.
So this topic,
I'm the champion who never defends his title except for one time, and I kind of won.
I think he did. Okay, so we'll talk about that, but let's get serious. What do you think WWE's going overboard with their product right now? Or do you think they're doing fine?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
They have to though. If you think of it, like they have a bunch of big shows coming up.
Yeah.
You can't just ignore Evolution. You can't just ignore Crown Jewel.
Oh, they're doing a good job.
They're doing Super Showdown.
They're doing a good job of ignoring Evolution right now. They're doing a very good job.
Right now, I mean, it's coming up in like a few weeks, right?
Yeah, so probably once Super Showdown's over, it's gonna get like promoted again, like big.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna watch it for sure. But do I think it's gonna sell out? Absolutely not. They're already having trouble selling tickets right now, as it is.
Well, let's talk about too. One of the reasons I brought out, they sold tickets literally the week after like SummerSlam, where like everybody's probably spent their money on SummerSlam weekend. And SummerSlam was in New York, so it's like that was not smart. Plus, too, I'm just saying that was just not. You don't do that. That's what we call a big no-no.
Is that what we call a big no-no?
Yeah, that's what we. Well, what Randy Orton has been doing backstage was a big no-no. Actually, it's a huge no-no. But
okay.
Yeah. So whatever. I mean, I have a feeling like two out of the three shows would be like either really good to good. And
in a sec, baby.
Yeah, let's review Hell in a Cell because this was a great show.
Great show. The very confusing ending.
This could have been probably like a B+ pay-per-view if it wasn't for for the main event.
Just confusing ending.
Yeah, but we'll go over the preview. Kathy Kelly and Mike Rome hosted it. They had a Becky Lynch interview where Becky Lynch came off even more like a baby face, so that's a down right there.
Bitch.
And then Dolph Ziggler and Drew. I don't think you've seen this. You got to check out Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre's interview because they pretty much like went off script and pretty much said everything me and John is saying. How the Shield are the heels. All of a sudden, Braun Strowman's getting booed. Now that he's going against the Shield, and it's actually really good. It's a really good interview. And then you had AJ Styles get interviewed, and he pretty much said that he's going to beat the shit out of Samoa Joe. And he said he's not going to go for any wrestling moves, and he says that he doesn't understand why Samoa Joe took this route to get into his WWE championship. The preview is actually an improvement from what we've seen lately. I did like the preview, and mainly because I liked Ziggler and McIntyre and AJ Styles interview. So the preview will just get overall and up. And Chris probably didn't see the preview, so he has no comments.
Yeah, I have no comments.
So let's get to the pre-show.
I missed the entire preview show and pre-show, so.
Yeah, because they got to do a preview show, even though they have a pre-show to do a couple minutes later. So, Jonathan Coachman, who's on the panel now, because we forgot to mention the last episode that Renee
got booted off in favor of Renee.
Yeah, we'll talk about.
Brings more to commentary.
Yeah, I think she's been really good on commentary.
And not because she's a woman, because I've been lobbying for this for years. She's been watching NXT from like 2014 and 2015 when she was doing commentary down there. She was awesome. She was my favorite part of the show. She was awesome.
And now you know who the face and heel commentators are too, so that's awesome. Yeah. And I think Jonathan Coachman's much better in this role than he was on commentary. I think he's a tremendous panel host.
Yeah, because he can bring more to it than just randomly getting cut up by Corey Graves the entire time and not knowing how to handle it.
And now I have a feeling too, it definitely because he's on assignment. Like it seems like every couple of weeks too. So
the people get fucking fed up with his commentary.
Yeah. Yeah, but I have a feeling too, like it wasn't just because of people getting fed up. It definitely had to do with him being because it seemed like he was on assignment like every 3 weeks.
It's just like, hey, you're on assignment this week, pal.
You think he was being a good boy doing his assignments, or you think he was being bad and not doing his assignment?
Bad boy.
But also, Paige was on the panel, which I thought she brought a lot to the table. It was just random as hell she was there. Booker T was on the panel, and I think Peter Rosenberg and David Otunga switched off. I remember, I don't remember exactly what the format was, but they were all on the panel. But Peter Rosenberg and I believe Booker T weren't on the whole time or something like that. It was weird.
They brought nothing to the table.
Huh?
They brought nothing to the table.
Well, Booker T brought his Chucky Ducky Quack Quack to the table. What are you talking about?
Son of a bitch. That's one of my favorite lines.
You
son of a bitch.
Yeah. So then we had this commentary team of Corey Graves, Tom Phillips, and Byron Saxton on commentary because there was a SmackDown match on commentary, and they commentate all the SmackDown matches, every single one of them.
Every single one. There was like 3 SmackDown matches in a row.
You know what the funny thing is? I think there was no Raw matches on this show, which was
weird.
It
would seem like it because the first 3 matches on the show on the main card were SmackDown matches.
Yeah. And then we had Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins interview. I don't remember what they said, but I think I remember liking it, so just giving it up, whatever. Even though Dean Ambrose should be heel, but that's that. But that's whatever.
Nope.
Then Alexa Bliss got interviewed, and the best thing I remember about this was pretty much her just talking about how Ronda Rousey's overrated.
That sucked.
Yeah. But I did like when David Otunga went to interview her, she just blew him off and walked away. That was awesome.
Poor David.
That was awesome. She just blew off David Otunga. That's 5 stars. 5 stars. He's not
on my skin tone. He's being racist.
Yep. All right. Then we had a SmackDown Tag Team Championship match. Kofi Kingston and Big E with Xavier Woods ringside defended against Rusev Day with Lana ringside. And the New Day
lost.
Yeah, the New Day come out and cut a promo and talk about how fall's in the season. And I forget exactly what, but Big E said some sort of weird line that made Kofi and Xavier Woods look at him weird. I forget exactly what it was.
He's been saying very edgy shit recently.
Yeah, I think this was the same case. And they talked about how fall, because they would talk. I think he said something about fall, and they looked at him weird. And then they talk about how they're going to beat Rusev Day, and Aiden English comes out, and I loved how they got into the clearing to the throat off, where they both cleared each other's throats to try to outdo each other. I thought that was funny. And I'm not going to break this match down because now it's not worth the time. Like you said, they lost. It was actually a really good kickoff match, probably one of the best kickoff matches, not ever, but probably the best one this year.
Yeah.
Pretty much what happened is Kofi Kingston hit Trouble in Paradise on Aiden English, and Rusev
they won. LOL.
And tried to break up the pin, and Big E held Rusev outside the ring so he couldn't get in. I did like the spot where Aiden English got Kofi in the accolade, but this match, while I still will give it 3 stars, in my heart it gets a down because of what happened on SmackDown following.
No, it doesn't get. You wanted to give it. You want to give it up. I know you do.
No, actually, at the time I gave it a thumbs in the middle. But I did say, in my review that on SmackDown, if Rusev Day broke up, it gets a down. Well, guess what? They broke up on SmackDown the following week, so it gets a down.
What if it would get a certain color, like a brown down?
It doesn't get. Should we do brown downs on here too, or
stealing everything in what culture anyway? So you might as well.
All right, so yeah, this gets.
We stole every concept from them.
Hey, I didn't want to steal this concept. You guys wanted to steal it, so this was your idea.
We should change the color.
Red.
The red down.
Or orange, because I hate orange.
Well, orange it is then. Orange down.
And then blue, because I like either blue or green. You know. Green. Okay. So yeah, so this
green up as if we both really liked it. Orange down as if we really, really fucking hated it.
And that's the orange down. For Hell in a Cell.
Orange down.
All right, Mick Foley gets interviewed, and he talks about what it's going to be like for him to be the guest referee in the match, and Baron Corbin just randomly pops up and says that. Actually, this would be the orange down because Baron Corbin's just an orange down in life. So, he pretty much just. They have a conversation that led to nothing, so I don't know what the point is.
I have a thing to say about the Mick Foley thing too in the Hell in a Cell.
But I didn't hate Mick Foley's interview, so I give it a middle. It would have gotten an up, but Baron Corbin just had to be there, didn't he? He just had to be there.
Gets that green up.
And then we had the actual show itself, and we had the commentary team with all the SmackDown guys, but also we had the Raw guys there as well. You can't say guys, Raw guys and gals, because they're not all
Raw
guys.
Men and Raw women.
Yep.
Sexist.
So Michael Cole and Renee Young were there as well, but Corey Graves, Michael Cole, and Renee Young commentated all the Raw matches. Feel bad for Corey Graves, man. He's got to commentate the whole show. He doesn't get any breaks.
He's got to commentate the entire fucking show.
Yep. Let's talk about the opening match, Hell in a Cell match with the crappy Hell in a Cell.
I love that Hell in a Cell. It was different. It was unique.
I didn't like the Hell in a Cell. It was that gets a red down just because it's actually red.
It gets a red up because it's an actual up.
But let's talk about Jeff Hardy had his first Hell in a Cell match against Randy Orton. And this match was awesome, a really good way to open up the show.
Very brutal.
Yeah. Jeff Hardy, I don't know what happened in the beginning of the match because I think they botched because the very beginning of the match, Jeff Hardy bounces Orton's head off the cell into the post like a ping pong ball, and it looked like Orton messed it up because I think he was supposed to go into the post into the cell first.
Yeah.
But I still thought it was a
lot
good
of physicality.
I still thought they improvised very well. And highlights of this match included Randy Orton beating the shit out of Jeff Hardy with a steel chair.
Randy Orton doing that suplex onto the open ladder.
Yeah.
That was fucking brutal.
Randy Orton, the biggest spot in the match, and obviously they threw each other into the cell a lot. And Randy Orton took out a toolbox, took out a screwdriver, and I think when everybody saw that screwdriver, everyone had an idea where this was going.
It was instantly going into his ear.
Yep.
And I wonder if Randy Orton has like an ear fetish.
Yeah, apparently he does. It feels like it's only Jeff Hardy's ear though, because we've seen him recently, and he hasn't gone after anybody else's ear. Maybe because you have to have piercings to make that spot.
You have to have a gauge in your ear to be sexually attracted to.
Yeah,
Randy Orton.
But Randy Orton sticks the screwdriver in Jeff Hardy's ear, and you think that's all, but that wasn't all.
No, I couldn't look. I was gonna puke. I literally was gonna blow chunks.
And this was when Foley decided that my sanity isn't well, because I was watching all eyeballs on this. So
I was like a little kid watching a horror movie. Like my hands were over my eyes, and I was opening up like my fingers, like peeking through.
Yeah.
I was like,
so Randy Orton doesn't just stick the screwdriver in his ear. He twisted as if he's like screwing.
It was so gross.
As if he was screwing nails into a.
Oh, he's just twisting it. I was like, this is fuck. I'm like, he's gonna rip his fucking ear off.
And of course, Jeff Hardy low blows him because he didn't want his ear ripped off. Like it makes sense.
I swear to God, I thought he was gonna rip the hole like in his ear off.
Yeah, that was awesome.
He kicked him right in his dick that he loves to pull out in front of people.
Yep. And then Randy Orton, I forgot to mention the spot where we trapped Jeff Hardy in the ladder and did the Randy Orton stomps. That was awesome. And then Jeff Hardy he whips Randy Orton with his belt, and it's like a leather belt too.
That was nasty. There's a couple of spots too, like when he hit the swanton in the chair, stuck into Randy's leg.
Yeah, he's still taped
gashed his fucking leg open.
It's still taped up from that too.
That was fucking gross. Like pieces of his after the match, they took a picture. He had like pieces of his skin were missing.
Yeah,
like part of like the chair stuck into him. Like that was fucking gross.
And then obviously we had the finish where Jeff Hardy goes to do his
the springboard leg drop thing that he does with a table.
Yeah, except
that the ladder that he does, the springboard ladder thing, but it's too tall. So he tries to improvise.
The only thing that was weird about this is, why did Jeff Hardy try to go off the small ladder over the big ladder? Like,
where we thought he had enough room. So he grabs on the top and he swings, and then he drops, thinking he was gonna hit Randy. Crashes to the table, immediately dead. Immediately, I was like, he's dead.
Yeah.
I was like, Jeff Hardy just died on live television. And then Randy Orton demands the ref to pin him, and he pins him, and he wins.
Yeah, because the ref was just like, he had the cell get raised up, and I thought that was a little over dramatic, but I didn't hate that. But Randy Orton wins, and he's got to be like the third best heel in the WWE after this match. He was awesome.
Yeah.
And he still hasn't done the RKO yet, which I like, because that's
Don't give people something to cheer for.
Yeah,
I feel like this feud's gonna continue.
Yeah, maybe Jeff Hardy will come back or something.
As a different character. I feel like he'll come back as like Willow.
Or it's Weed.
Or something crazy. Like he'll make a new character up or something.
Yeah, but this match gets. Does this deserve the red up? Because I feel like this deserves the red up.
This deserves it. The green up.
Green up.
For sure. This is probably the best match of the night.
Definitely. No, not the best match of the night, but the best moment of the night.
Just a crazy fucking match.
Yeah, and you definitely, and I did like that they lived through their promise with Randy Orton, because usually when wrestlers say what I do inside Hell in a Cell will be sadistic, usually nowadays that means nothing. Randy Orton actually served his promise.
Oh yeah, did you see the video that I posted in the chat the other day?
No, I didn't get to watch it.
It's like he's so nervous about going into the cell.
He probably did. I don't think
they actually showed him like doing the spot too, like grabbing onto the top of the Hell in a Cell, like testing it out.
Oh, you gotta remember too, WWE too. another example where they oversaturate the product because they feel the need to post a 2-hour Google Hangout of them building the Hell in a Cell. That's just ridiculous.
Stupid.
You know what?
At first, that was cool because like, oh, it's red. I still like the cell. I'm probably in the minority, but I liked it.
And then you have AJ Styles get interviewed, and he pretty much says the same thing that he said on the preview, but it was still a good
shit out of Samoa Joe. Literally until there's no shit in his body anymore.
Yep. But it was still a good promo getting up. And then I'll let you talk about the SmackDown Women's title match because I'm in the minority with that. I'm in the minor with that one too. So,
Becky won. She basically squashed Charlotte, and
like no offense in.
She didn't shake her hand afterwards, and then she walked away and said, "This is not. You're gonna be your spotlight."
Yep.
That was it. I thought this was the worst match they've ever had. Personally, way too short. It was just basically, okay, fans, you're getting what you want. Here's Becky Lynch as women's champion,
but not the way you want it. The way we want it.
Yeah.
And that's why I give this match a down because while this wasn't technically a bad match, just the dynamics were just so off in this match where Becky was somehow the heel and Charlotte Flair was the face. But if you watch this match, Becky Lynch didn't really do anything heelish until she walked away from Charlotte, which you can even make the argument that's not even heelish because of the history.
Bitch.
Like why Becky Lynch has every right not to want to celebrate with Charlotte Flair because she doesn't know. Why would you want to celebrate with someone that's stolen a spotlight time in and time out? Charlotte Flair's the heel, Becky Lynch is the face, and you're not going to convince me otherwise.
Of course.
But WWE will, and if they were a rational company,
I also think Becky Lynch loves the word bitch now because that's what she is calling Charlotte bitch all the time.
Yep.
It's gonna be edgy. Gotta have the bitch in there.
Yep. And then the New Day get have an interview, and it was a really not funny segment. It was like it was one of those moments where the New Day tries to be funny and they weren't funny.
I actually found it funny though. That's the thing. Except for the fact where Big E was doing a split. I was like, what the fuck is he? I was like, penis. That man is a penis.
And then also they announced that the Bow had a tag team title match, even though they didn't do anything to earn a tag team title match. They just went. They lost the tournament. They lost every opportunity they had to become number one.
They're just gonna get anyway.
Yeah, so that just makes it even more of a down. And you have the best. Actually, this was the best match of the night. The Raw tag team title match. Ziggler and McIntyre defended against Rollins and Ambrose.
Yeah.
Best match of the night. Just watch it. It's really good. It's a great match. Especially when Dean Ambrose and Drew McIntyre were just beating the shit out of each other in this match. That was awesome.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, Ziggler and McIntyre won when Rollins went for the suplex into the Falcon Arrow like he normally hits, but instead, when he went for the Falcon Arrow, McIntyre hit the Claymore kick on Rollins for the win because Ziggler fell on top of Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre ended up winning and they retained the Raw Tag Team titles, which made sense. So this match gets an up.
I thought that this match was great. I thought the ending was a little weird, just like how quick it was, like the ending.
Yeah, but I still thought it was a great ending.
He was going to the suplex at Falcon Arrow, and Claymore match over. I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck just happened?
A great match.
The match was great.
And obviously,
this wouldn't be the last we saw of them.
And this won't be the last match they'll have together.
Yeah.
Then you have Braun Strowman backstage where Mick Foley came up to him and said that the Hell in a Cell is going to change Braun Strowman, even though Braun Strowman's been murdered 2 times and still is the same Braun Strowman.
He's been murdered by everybody.
And then Braun Strowman says that if Mick Foley screws him out of the Universal title, he's going to destroy Mick Foley. Good backstage segment, gets an up. Then we had AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe, where AJ was defending his WWE Championship. And I thought this match also was really good. Probably had better matches before, but this match was still really good.
Yeah,
and,
It was very lackluster, I would say.
Definitely better than any match though that AJ and Nakamura had in WWE.
Oh yeah. I feel like they could have been better. I feel like they're trying to save it for something.
I did like that AJ did actually fulfill his promise too, and beat the shit out of Samoa Joe and not do any rest holds. Because I noticed that happens. AJ's wrestlers will say they're not gonna, they're not gonna do any wrestling, and then they'll just proceed to do like some weird shin lock or something like that.
Oh yeah.
It was weird though that AJ Styles decided to go through with the introductions. AJ Styles should have just been out there beating the shit out of him immediately and not even waste anybody's time. But pretty much the finish comes when Samoa Joe goes for the Kina clutch on AJ Styles, but then AJ Styles rolls over doing the Finn Balor Samoa Joe finish pretty much at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn Dallas, and AJ Styles ends up winning. And this was pretty much the CM Punk Daniel Bryan finish at Over the Limit 2012, where AJ Styles tapped out just before Joe's shoulders were counted down to 3. What's weird about this is that they didn't show the replay for like 5 minutes, so everybody else was like, I don't know what's going on here.
That was funny.
But obviously I did like this finish mainly because this was a way to continue the feud without, because I was worried that this match was going to end with some sort of DQ finish or something, so I thought this was like the best finish they could have done when the fans weren't going to get pissed off.
I mean, they left us wanting more.
Yeah, and definitely made Joe still look strong, even though he lost too.
Oh yeah,
because later on in the night, I'll just say it now. They made when Joe was talking to not AJ backstage, Paige backstage. And Paige
got a match for its Super Showdown,
which we already knew, but this time it's going to be a no DQ, no countout match, which doesn't make any sense because that doesn't solve. Because this finish could happen again at Super Showdown.
It literally could.
This is just like when Nakamura made This is like when Nakamura made the last man standing match after that finish at Backlash, where that finish at Backlash could have happened at Money in the Bank this year.
It literally could.
But I guess somehow there's going to be a winner, even though that same finish could happen.
Yeah, literally.
But anyhow, and then we had The Miz and Maurice get interviewed, and they pretty much just proceed to make fun of Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella because they wanted to, because they're mean.
Because it's not funny.
I did like how they had that line in there where The Miz talked about how Brie Bella's only wanted to do this for publicity, and it's gonna fall right. It's gonna fall flat on her face, and that's pretty much what happened because they ended up losing the mixed tag. I like the mixed tag. I thought the match
sucked.
I thought the match was actually what it should have been. Where
that shitty finish.
Bryan and Miz did all the wrestling like we thought, and they built to Maurice getting tagged in because in real life Maurice can't really wrestle, so they worked with that. And I like the finish because Maurice.
I thought the finish sucked.
I did agree with who won though because it's more of the Miz continuously, getting one over on Daniel Bryan no matter what. To when because obviously now when Bryan beats Miz, it's going to be a big deal. So,
but at the same time, that finish absolutely sucked.
I didn't hate that finish. I liked the.
Fucking Maurice did nothing, and then she hits a shitty roll up and they win.
The only thing I would have changed was Maurice should have grabbed the ropes or something.
She completely missed on the dirty pin.
Yeah, that's the only thing I would have changed. But other than that, I didn't hate this match at all.
It was a sloppy roll up and a sloppy pin, and a sloppy shitty match.
I mean, I agree with you. I disagree with you on the sloppy shitty match, but with the finish, I think the finish could have been done better. But it was just weird. I think this match should have not happened to begin with because the wives just kind of didn't really need to be there. It was just kind of...
They didn't need to be there. Maurice didn't do anything. Maurice can't do anything.
Because she had a C-section and an injured back. So it's just... Who knows? But I did like I do agree with who went over just because When Daniel Bryan finally beats Miz, it's gonna really feel special.
I hope to fucking God it's Super Showdown.
I would keep it. I would hold off until WrestleMania. Miz beats Bryan at Super Showdown, and then
No.
Daniel Bryan. Also, it could be via Randy Orton interference because Daniel Bryan could be Randy Orton's next victim.
I hope not. He'll get a fetish with fucking trying to break his neck.
Oh my God!
Please no.
No draping DDTs off the win.
Please no.
Then you had the Raw Women's title match. Ronda Rousey with Natalya ringside versus Alexa Bliss with Alicia Fox and Mickie James ringside. Ronda Rousey won, which everyone knew was going to happen.
LOL.
I did like the match. I thought Ronda Rousey sold really well, and
what she wanted to.
Yep, and obviously Ronda Rousey legitimately broke Alexa Bliss's arm, but that is what it is. Neither here nor there.
But at the same time, when she went for that Samoan drop thingy at the beginning of the match, she feigned the ribs being hurt.
Yeah.
And then she could just do it later on in the match? How does that make any sense?
Adrenaline, man.
So your ribs hurt too much to do it at the beginning of the match. Alexa's working over your ribs the entire fucking match, the entire time in the match. Then she could just magically hit it at the end and win?
I guess so.
I'm so fucking done with her.
I'm
fucking done with Ronda Rousey. I really am. I think she's a fucking worst. Her punches look like Shane McMahon's. They absolutely suck.
I still like Ronda Rousey. I still like
the angry face. She has that one face of doom.
I still like Ronda Rousey. I still think she's really talented. So I still like Ronda Rousey. But yeah, let's get to the main event because this is where the show.
I fucking hate this so much.
We won't even break down like the match. It was a typical Roman Reigns Braun Strowman match, and then things just got really stupid.
So the rest of the show come out. They get on top of the cell to the point where I cringed at every moment because I wanted neither of them to go through the cell.
And none of them went through the cell.
Seth and Dolph went through the tables. Mick Foley said tables good. Ha ha, very funny. Made me laugh really loud, actually.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar came out. Used the entrance door to the cage as a launching pad to get in the ring, which I thought was fucking hilarious.
And it was awesome. It was an awesome spot.
He noticeably looks thinner. Have you noticed that?
Yep.
I wonder why. Because he's not on the juice anymore.
And he's in the training camp.
And he hits 2 F5s after beating him with a table, and the match just ends.
It's over.
A Hell in a Cell match, which just saw 2 people go through the side of a table, of a cell through the table, just magically ends.
Seth Rollins and Dolph Ziggler went through that table for nothing now, pretty much.
It just magically ends.
This is
over. Fade to black. Done.
Yep. That's it. Especially too, what makes it worse is now because of this finish, Braun Strowman is now one of the guys that failed his cash in because that was tough. You shouldn't have even cashed in if this was how he's going to fail.
He failed.
This was like WCW 2000-2001 booking.
Just really bad.
Yeah, it was really bad. A really bad way to end off the show. You don't end off a Hell in a Cell match this way. All they literally could have done is Roman Reigns literally is on top of Braun Strowman. He could have just pinned him that way, but that didn't happen.
Boo.
Yeah, boo. This finish gets it down, and this match gets it down. But overall, this show I thought was really good. It would have been a B+ if it wasn't for the finish of the show. So I'm gonna give it. I thought it was still really good. I'll give it just a solid B.
Yeah, it's getting a solid B.
But then let's talk about what's been going on afterwards. Really not a lot because it's only been 2 weeks after Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
So the next night on Raw, Roman Reigns wanted to fight Brock Lesnar, but Brock Lesnar doesn't. He just went, nah, I'm not showing up to Raw. I'm not having
Didn't
any
need
of
to.
that. So they had to improvise. So when Brock Lesnar goes, nah, you improvise. You don't.
Yeah.
I still, by the way, have a question though. What if Braun Strowman was still the men's Money in the Bank contract holder? I know this is a random topic, and he wanted to cash in his Money in the Bank at Evolution, and they were like, "No, it's an all-women's pay-per-view." They can't tell him no if he wants to cash it in right there. They can't say no.
Exactly.
So I guess they just took away they took that out of the equation.
There was no. There was a lot of yes.
Yeah, and if Brock Lesnar says nah, this about Evolution, it's not happening.
Yeah.
Imagine like the day before the show, like right before they're about to air, Brock Lesnar's just like, nope, this ain't happening. And he just shows up backstage and just destroys everything. Just
Nah.
nah.
My show.
Brock Lesnar says, I'm having a match.
So they basically what's going on now is they're teasing a breakup of the Shield already.
Yeah.
This Monday they teased it. Didn't happen.
And they teased that it was going to be Dean Ambrose because he's going to turn heel for all the reasons that he should be turning heel.
Which he shouldn't.
I still think he should.
Nope.
Yep.
Nope. I think they should add a new member, Finn Balor.
Your bias is clouding your judgment. He should.
My bias is not clouding my judgment. My bias is right.
Nope.
It's too
good.
But
anyhow, we forgot to mention that because of what Brock Lesnar did, Baron Corbin made a triple threat match at Crown Jewel, which is going to be
Saudi Arabia.
And wrestling's a business, so that's why they're doing this. You don't have to like it, but wrestling's a business. If you don't take the money, you're not going to succeed. So,
and apparently they want The Rock at the show also too.
I hear so this could be a loaded. This show could be like. This show's going to probably like blow Evolution like out of the water.
It's going to be loaded. That's going to be loaded. Super Showdown's loaded.
Yeah.
That's the best thing about those shows is like the shows are like loaded with like surprise returns and stuff like that.
Yeah. Evolution.
Like, so far we get that triple threat match at Crown Jewel. And then DX versus the Brothers of Destruction.
That's amazing. That's not confirmed yet though.
It's not confirmed yet, but it looks like that's gonna happen. And it doesn't and that match stateside would not sell out, but since it's in it's in Saudi Arabia, that match is gonna draw big bucks.
Yeah. And then what else?
Shawn Michaels is getting a one-on-one match eventually. I think it's at Survivor Series.
And then we're gonna have the World Cup too. They're having a World Cup at
Saudi. Oh yeah.
Which will be basically just to throw, because it'll probably be like what the Greatest Royal Rumble way. If you win it, you won't really gain anything from it because
Braun Strowman won it.
Yeah, true.
And it was never noted. It was never said again.
So it could be it. So whoever wins it, it will probably never get said again.
Probably gonna be like Finn Balor is gonna win it.
Yeah, and then everyone will like foolishly think that WWE is gonna start to push Finn Balor again, and it'll just be back right where he was.
Nowhere.
Yeah, because remember he was a ghost last week on Raw, so
he's a ghost this week on Raw too.
Was he even on Raw this week?
He was. He had that match against Jinder Mahal.
Oh yeah, but then Baron Corbin tried going like, "Oh, you might not even make it to Saudi Arabia because they're facing me for the Universal title," and that instantly like turned me off of Raw that week because Baron Corbin was getting a Universal title match. It was just like
he didn't win, so haha, lol.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Baron Corbin gets himself disqualified and then goes, "Oh yeah, that's right. I'm the acting general manager. I can just make this a no disqualification match."
I liked too when he did it. He like forgot he could do it for a second. He was like, "No, I didn't mean to do that." And then he's just like, "Oh wait,
why would he plead with he's the acting general manager?"
Yeah,
he doesn't need to plead with the referee. You can just go, "Oh yeah, that's right. I'm the acting general manager."
Can I talk to you about something that was stupid last week though? So Baron Corbin had Dolph Ziggler last week invoke his rematch clause for the IC title, and thinking that Seth Rollins wasn't going to show up. Now, a normal wrestling company would have not actually had Seth Rollins show up at all, but then he just showed up randomly backstage. It was
he
like
just showed up, was informed, and then they showed up. They show up at the trainer's table, and then Dolph goes, "Oh fuck, I could actually wrestle."
Yeah.
Like what? So he just blew his rematch for no
Yeah.
reason.
And what made it like it would have made more sense if like they would have built intrigue. Like it made it seem like Seth Rollins wasn't going to be there, even though he was going to be there. But it was like he was
Everyone
still there.
knew he was going to be there.
Yeah. But still, you could have built intrigue by making it seem like he wasn't going to be there. Like, he play his music a couple of times or something. Like,
Yeah.
don't have him just show up backstage randomly. Like,
and he's perfectly fine.
And the match, I mean, obviously they were trying to make it seem like they were hurt, but that match was just that. All that was just filler. That was just nothing. That was just because you know they're going to have like 5,000 more matches for the IC title anyway. So,
yeah.
What is the point? I just thought that. Like, everyone probably, like, loved that match. I was just sitting there, like, waiting for it to be over because we knew what was going to happen, and it was just kind of like, this is just...
Seth Rollins burns it down and had to stomp.
This is probably, like, Seth Rollins... That was probably Seth Rollins' worst match this year, just because, not saying a lot, because it wasn't like it was a bad
predictable
match.
outcome.
And also, too, it was just, like... It was just kind of like one of those moments where you're just like, why did they do this? One match, though, I thought McIntyre and Ambrose had a killer match last week, too. That match was...
Oh, yeah, that match was awesome.
I was surprised, too, with, like, all the new reports that came out with what Dean Ambrose went through and saying he was going to wrestle safer. He took that big fall off the top turnbuckle last week, too. Like...
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And obviously McIntyre won. It was a weird finish, but I didn't hate the fact...
Like, he beats the... Ambrose beats the fucking counter and gets Claymore and loses. Like, what the fuck?
But I still...
weird finish.
But I still liked the finish. I thought that McIntyre wouldn't make sense because he seems like he's going to be he's going to get some sort of push, and that actually adds intrigue to Dean Ambrose's heel turn now this week too. So, but I did like where they so pretty much are they called the Pack or the Dogs of War? Because I noticed they've called them
Dogs of War.
Oh, okay. Because I noticed Hell in a Cell, Michael Cole called them the Pack, so it was like,
yeah, because the Dogs of War, they're Pack and whatnot.
Oh, I see.
Kind of going against the Hounds and whatnot.
I like the Pack name better, so I'm just gonna call them that because
the Pack sounds better than Dogs of War.
So when John comes on here next time in the future, we're just gonna tell him we'll call him the Pack because that name the Dogs of War just sucks. So
Pack.
Let's see or maybe we won't clue him in. We'll just say the Pack and see and say
Pack.
I have he's smart enough to catch on, but the Pack tried to turn Dean Ambrose against the Shield, which I actually thought made sense. I did like that. What kind of sucked is it would have been better if like they didn't already have a match coming up at Super Showdown because you knew he wasn't going to turn that night. So, but I did like later on in the night where Seth Rollins tried to do the same thing to Drew McIntyre, where he pretty much said that like Braun Strowman's just using Drew McIntyre and that he's been carrying the tag team with Dolph Ziggler. I thought that was a clever baby face thing to do.
For sure. Because they were doing it to his tag team partner.
Yeah, and then I liked how later on in the night you had that confrontation with Dean Ambrose and Drew McIntyre. I thought that was great because they're both being played around with by the other teams. It's just So I thought
he's like, you just want to like join our team, and he's like, nah.
You know what would be? You know what would have been hilarious if they both just like turned on both their teams and teamed up together.
Oh my god, that'd be fucking hilarious.
Saying you want to play with us like that? No, we're gonna play with you like that.
I think we just covered the past 2 weeks.
But I did like that storyline on Raw.
I kind of like how it's like intersected like throughout the show now.
Yeah.
Like they start like a season, like a story, like long thing.
Yeah.
Like a show long thing where it's like, they want to cause like disruption in the Shield.
Yeah.
And then halfway through they start like chipping away at Ambrose. And at the end of the show, it's like Ambrose just shows the solidarity with the Shield.
Yeah, I did like that.
I kind of like how they did that.
It just would have been more intriguing if they didn't have the match at Super Showdown already announced. It would have been more intriguing. Because you knew Ambrose wasn't turning on this night.
Yeah.
But there was gonna be something else I was gonna say that happened on Raw that I it just what's weird though is if you think about it, if other than these 6 guys, nobody else on Raw matters pretty much.
Yeah.
Except
for the Brie concussing Liv Morgan.
And also obviously Elias, just because he matters all the time. So, but let's talk about some bad things I don't like. Can you use Bobby Roode and Chad Gable properly? Is it that hard?
Yes.
Apparently, it's like
the fact that fucking Brie Bell is getting shit for concussing someone when all the time injuries happen in wrestling.
Yeah, I do agree with that. I do gotta say though that Brie Bella just has to be a little bit more careful. Not just for that, but it seems like she's either gonna injure herself or somebody else.
I heard this. I read this comment somewhere, but it's like once you give birth, your entire equilibrium gets thrown off. So
I see.
It's kind of she's a little bit like I don't know how to explain it like that well, but she's kind of thrown off a little bit. So I mean that's no excuse for what you did, but come on, people, it's fucking wrestling.
Yeah,
shit like that happens all the time.
Oh yeah,
Seth Rollins literally injured 4 people and no one said anything about it.
Exactly.
Where's the hate for Seth Rollins? Where was the people calling for him to be fired?
Yeah. Well, especially too, I bet too if AJ Styles injured somebody tomorrow, nobody would say anything about it.
No one said anything, exactly.
Well, no one said anything about even though it didn't lead to an injury, Nakamura almost dropping Cena on his head all that time ago.
Oh yeah, exactly. Exactly.
It's just one of those weird wrestling fans. Is if you're in with the IWC, and you injure somebody, you're cool. But if somebody like Roman Reigns, the Bellas, John Cena, anybody that pretty much is
they don't like.
Yeah, anyone that they don't like, they're gonna be like, "Fuck you, get fired."
Yeah, exactly. Fucking retarded. Stupid.
Well, Ryback, even though Ryback deserved the hate he got, but
oh yeah, piece of shit.
But pretty much, I don't think Brie Bella deserves the hate, but they probably shouldn't have put her back. It's also on the WWE because WWE should have known that something like this could have happened.
Oh yeah, and they made her go back for Liv Morgan, go back for the fucking triple suplex spot.
Yeah, that was dumb.
That was fucking. That was so reckless.
And then also,
should have thrown the match out.
Yeah, or just have Liv Morgan immediately go backstage or something.
Oh yeah.
I did think it was funny when Michael Cole told us that take it backstage for medical assistance, and then the camera peered over to the Wyatt Squad's corner. She was right there.
She was right there, just laying there.
Yeah, it was
obviously unconscious.
That referee had no clue what he was doing.
You throw up the X, end the match.
Yeah,
you're gonna save some people's lives there.
Either end the match or just have her tag out.
Yeah.
Which, because Brie Bella, it looked really bad, and the match itself really wasn't that good. But I think because everybody else, the whole dynamics got thrown off because Liv Morgan got knocked out, so it messed up the whole match.
I think we covered everything though. On Raw.
On Raw.
On the Raw point of things.
Oh, we also got to talk. We haven't also have we talked. I do love the fact that Lio Rush is the hype man for Bobby Lashley now.
I know, that's pretty cool.
And now Bobby Lashley has a mouthpiece, which is something that he always needed because he's not good on the microphone. Which is weird because in TNA he was awesome on the not awesome, but he was at least good on the mic. In WWE he's not good on the mic, so it's
oh yeah, for sure.
But Lio Rush has got some great charisma.
Oh
and and obviously AOP being with I almost said calling him the one name, Drake Maverick.
Spud.
No,
Rockstar Spud.
No, that's TNA's WWE. Gotta say his WWE name.
Rockstar Spud.
I think that's pretty cool too. I do kind of like too if you don't watch 205 Live, but they will kind of reference this stuff Lio Rush used his commitments to Bobby Lashley to get out of a match on 205 Live, not this week but last week, and when they had a segment with like Mustafa Ali and Drake Maverick backstage where Mustafa Ali mentioned this, and Drake Maverick says, "What I do on my Monday nights is none of your business." I thought that it's actually pretty funny.
None of his damn business.
Yeah, even though he's watching Monday Night Raw. So what if like Mustafa Ali like saw Drake Maverick backstage and like wanted to talk to him or something? Would Drake Maverick just like, nope, I'm none of your business?
That's none of your business. SmackDown now.
It's good. It's SmackDown's really good. I thought this week's SmackDown wasn't as good as like the past few weeks, but it was still a good show, mainly because of the ending. But let's just talk about what made everybody sad.
So, Rusev Day's over.
Yeah.
Lana fucks someone in Milwaukee. I can't wait for that. It's pretty funny.
I don't really understand. So for all the arguments that people say that they won't break up the New Day, the same arguments could have been made for Rusev Day, but they were in no hurry to break up Rusev Day.
Yeah, it's just and then this week Aiden came out and put out like a fucking love story between him and fucking him and Rusev, and then she got involved.
Yeah. Which if you think about it, like everything Aiden English said on SmackDown was like 100% spot on. Because I think they like to make it.
She fucks everyone behind his back.
Yeah.
Like pretty much.
But I think they like to make you I think they like to have you forget though that and obviously this is thinking too much into it because they like to forget. Didn't Lana like pretty much tell Rusev to like blow off Aiden English? I feel like that.
Yeah.
So
and it's weird too because like Aiden English is the heel, and Rusev and Lana the faces.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's very weird because Lana's been kind of playing the face like recently over the past couple of months.
Yeah, and what the hell happened? She hasn't been talking with a Russian accent lately either, unless she says.
I know, yeah, it kind of gets mixed in there a little bit.
It's weird. But yeah, I gotta say, I'm a little worried about what this angle is gonna be because a biggest example we can think of is remember how that Bobby Lashley sister segment went over. So,
yeah. But something like this could get very interesting.
I still don't like this feud though because they shouldn't have broken him up. That's my bias.
Lana fucks someone in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
And it could be The Rock.
Could be. And I did tell you, it was hilarious. Like, after Mixed Match Challenge, Rusev and stuff, because occasionally superstars will comment in the comments. And Rusev was commenting what went down in Milwaukee, and all the fans were messing with them. And somebody said maybe it was John Cena that had sex with Lana.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Rusev is just the man when he's trolling in the chat because he's just trolls everybody. It's funny. But pretty much Becky Lynch beat Lana because
likes to call Charlotte a bitch.
Yeah. And Charlotte gets mad about it. And she pretty much Becky Lynch just beats the crap out of Charlotte. I have a feeling what's gonna happen. I know how this, and maybe I'm wrong. It's probably going to lead to like a DQ finish at Super Showdown, and then Charlotte Flair will win the belt back at Evolution, and then all will be right.
Yeah.
And Charlotte Flair's
everything's wrong.
Yeah. We do got to talk about how the Bow and the New Day's feud. I do like how the Bow's like talking about how the New Day's just a bunch of jokes, and this week the New Day were actually trying to be serious.
They said something nice.
Yeah.
Very perverted. Like the carpet match the drapes. And Biggie lost. And
Kofi Kingston lost. No 50-50 booking, which I like. I don't like when 50-50 booking isn't in effect. And then obviously you got to ask where the hell was Andrade Cien Almas this week? Couldn't have squeezed him in there somewhere. Guess not. They don't got time for that.
So Joe then goes to AJ's house.
Yep.
But that match never happens at Super Showdown now. Because Joe never signed that contract.
Yeah,
that match never happens. Because Joe never signed the contract.
No, let's be honest.
Never signed.
No, let's be honest though. We know the contract isn't even like real. It's like a bunch of letters. AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe, and that's it. So,
it was never signed. It's not official.
Samoa Joe could just come next week and sign the contract.
Samoa Joe also wants to rape AJ Styles' entire family.
But that segment was awesome when he was at AJ Styles' house. And even though like you knew exactly where he was when he came on the screen, it was still awesome. And I did like how it ended too, where he said, "Daddy's home," and then that was it.
Daddy's home.
Yeah.
He's still in the family.
I love that segment. It was awesome. It's this feud is everything that it's just personal as Nakamura and Styles should have been. While that was pretty personal, it's not nearly as personal as this feud's been.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And AJ Styles, I think now he's going to beat and you could kind of tell they were kind of building up to this because Samoa Joe wasn't shown the whole night, and it showed like it outside of his locker room, but he was never shown the whole night. I thought this was great. I especially loved when he got his daughter too, a nice baby doll too.
Oh my
god. This guy needs to be the WWE champion. Does this get the green? Does this get the green up?
Yes.
And then R-Truth and Carmella are awesome together. I think they've been a great duo. And Truth TV. I don't know. I loved it, but it was I don't know what the hell.
Stupidly funny.
It was stupidly funny, and it was like, I took a bunch of drugs and then almost watched this segment.
7-second dance break.
Yeah. Miz going backstage and Paige. So they had a match for their show when Truth never even had a show to begin with.
No, he fucking stole Truth TV, and the motherfucker stole the knee and won. Fuck him.
You done with Miz? Are you done with Miz?
Fuck him. Fucking cheating son of a bitch.
Hey, at least you got to retain your championship. And it's all thanks to Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch helped you retain.
Becky Clinch.
Yep. But then let's mixed match challenge. R-Truth still doesn't know where he is. I feel like R-Truth.
I haven't watched any programming other than Raw and SmackDown, so I don't know what the fuck is going on.
I'll tell you the team names at least for mixed match challenge. Let me see if I can
don't
find.
Tell me anything. I don't want to know anything.
You're never gonna watch it.
Exactly.
I can tell you the team. Well, Mickey James now is teaming up with Bobby Lashley because, which is weird because they don't even bring up the fact that Mickey James and when Mickey James and stuff had the match this week, I forgot that Mickey James and Alicia Fox are like best friends on Raw. But I'll go over the team names and you can guess who's on the team. The Monster Eclipse.
Obviously, Amber Moon and Braun Strowman.
Yep.
Man.
Country Dominance.
I have no fucking clue who that is.
Mickey James and Bobby Lashley.
That's what that is. A weird name.
B&B.
I don't know.
Bailey and Finn Balor. Oh, wait, this one you should get. Mahalisha.
Don't know.
You don't know Mahalisha?
Nope.
Alicia Fox and Jinder Mahal.
Oh, man, I got that wrong.
Yeah. Team Pause.
That's Kevin Steen and Natalia Neidhart.
Yep. Asuka.
Fucking fuckface and Asuka.
By the way, Asuka's just an absolute joke now, apparently.
She teams up with fucking Naomi.
Yep.
And they feel the glow.
Speaking of that, day one glow.
Jim Woo.
Yep.
And Nay.
Yep. Ravish and Rusev Day.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Rue and Anal.
Phenomenal Flair.
AJ and obviously AJ had to be there because it was Mixed Match Challenge.
Yep.
He couldn't be at his home protecting his family.
No, he didn't have a match on this show, so. The Fabulous Truth.
Carmella.
Yep.
R-Trizzle.
You know what's weird though about Mixed Match Challenge? This one it's not single elimination. So I don't watch sports, so you're gonna have to explain what the hell is a round robin style tournament.
Means
so what's essentially going to be
you're not eliminated technically if you lose in the first round.
Huh?
You're not eliminated yet.
So how is this going to work? Whoever has the most points will be in the finals.
Yeah.
So at TLC, I actually like that the finals is going to happen at a pay-per-view, which makes me wonder if AJ's going to be the WWE champion going into TLC.
I hope he is not champion. I hope it's Samoa Jones.
Me too. But if AJ Styles is the WWE champion, his team's probably not making it to the finals unless he's having 2 matches in one night.
Yep.
You want to have 2 matches in one night?
Yep.
Nope, you're not having any. How about no matches in one night?
How about I beat the shit out of you all in one night?
And then we got to talk about 2K19. It looks like the Wyatt compound match is happening in that game.
Yeah.
Which is weird. So I guess if it sucks on the main roster, maybe you can make it even shittier in the game. I want to see
head mode.
I hope you can go inside the house and see like how bad of a guest Bray Wyatt was in that game.
I know, yeah.
Because he was a terrible house guest that night.
Terrible. His house was so messy.
But what else was taking place on? I want to make sure I think we covered everything that happened on the main roster.
Covered everything.
Oh wait, the Raw Tag Team titles. Oh no, we didn't forget about those. By the way, so much for that Revival face turn. They just showed up, had their Raw Tag Team title match, and lost.
Which was really good. But anyways,
yeah,
we're done. Covered everything.
Sloppy show, but
goodbye.
Yeah, well, don't even subscribe. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Bell, ring it. Ring that goddamn bell, people. Please, do us a favor.
And
we're seeing some content pretty soon on this channel that's not a crappily done wrestling review show.
That we didn't put any effort in.
Eventually, we'll put effort into it.
We'll put effort next week if we're on time.
Probably not. We're going to do the week after.
Why? You can't do it next week?
We have to review about 50 other shows.
We're still haven't reviewed NXT 205 and Mae Young Classics. We're still behind on that, so we'll do that next week. Huh?
Still haven't watched any of them.
You gotta watch some of them.
I watched none of them.
At least look at the spoilers so you have an idea what's going on.
Okay.
And make sure you guys check out Wrestling Fortune 44 because Chris won't be on there for like what? Till December? Longer? I don't know. Maybe this would be like I said, maybe this would be the mainstay. I feel like we should mess with people and sometimes put it on this channel and then put it on the other channel week to week.
Just fuck with people.
Yeah. I think that's nice. And I'm supposed to plug something else, but I'm not feeling it. Just not feeling it.
I'm not feeling it.
And then Owen the Talkinator, check that out.
Plug it, motherfucker. Plug that. Put the bell notification and everything.
Oh, and you know what comes back? Not this Sunday, but next Sunday. For the next 6 weeks, starting next Sunday, Rick will be slowly dying. Apparently.
Okay.
Yeah,
you gotta keep me updated.
I will. I have a feeling. I have a feeling we're not gonna find out anything until the mid-season finale. And I have a proposal that on the episode after he dies, we gotta do a nice moment of silence for him.
Okay.
We gotta do. It's very nice. We know why he's leaving. Very polite. We know why he's really leaving too, because fans like you and me show no appreciation because we didn't wish him a happy birthday. We're terrible people. I only know it was his birthday because I have the app where you can play games on it, and it said it was his birthday. The question was it really his birthday or was it just his character's birthday?
That's a real good question.
Yeah, see, it might not even been because it didn't say his actor name. But moment of silence. I think he's probably like December or something. I don't know. We'll all be very sad, and we won't just do a moment of silence for him. We'll do a moment of silence for the show.
Yeah,
because not only will he die, he's gonna take the whole show with him.
Oh yeah,
he's just like, nope, I'm not just gonna die. I'm putting the whole ship down with me.
It's the whole effing ship.
Yep. But we're done. Chris is done.
I'm done.
We'll put forth more effort next week, maybe.
Yep, maybe. All right, bye.